to do the latest news in coding as well, which will help us to know like the latest technologies and what's going on in the industry. So let us get right into it. So I think I'm going to organize this video around like latest coding trends, and then the software trends, and then the any new data structures and algorithm news, and then what's happening with the coding jobs market, and then I think generative AI startups. I don't think it is just coding, but I want to do the generative AI startups information. So we just the video is about to help like generally what's happening in the coding world and what is changing and everything, like how the trends are moving. So one thing which is happening is something called vibe coding. I don't know whether people are using to write this for actual production code. I doubt it, but it is definitely an assistance tool, and it can be used for rapid prototyping. So one of the tools, there are two famous ones. I think there could be more, but the ones are Codium by Windsurf, and then there is another thing is Cursor. So these are basically assistants to help you with coding. So they actually integrate this LLM models, and then if you type in like ChatGPT, they actually are involved with the code, and we can take a look at some screens in the next slides. So this Codium Windsurf is basically which helps you to autocomplete, and then something called I think super complete. You type in what you need, and it will adjust the code, existing code, and then it is powered by large language models. It's able to predict code, understanding intent, and offering like real-time suggestions. So it is definitely, I think, these tools you need to, in order to survive in the software world, you need to have AI assisted coding, because even though AI may or may not replace your job, but definitely AI will assist your job. So you need to be aware of this to be in the jobs market. And see, this is one of the screens like why Windsurf is the best AI code editor you never heard of. So it is recently this one or Cursor, one of those two. I think you better start looking at it, at least if you are not aware of it. And I think some of the features are rapid AI autocomplete suggestions, and then like the AI driven command instructions, and I'm not sure what this cascade flow is, but I will do in the future videos about it. And then also like context awareness and attribution filtering. And then if you have premium, they have the freemium model, like free version you get some features, and then for the premium you get unlimited access to all that stuff. And take a look at it if you get a chance, Codium Windsurf, and there is a free version, so to try it out. And so the other tool is Cursor, which is like this wipe coding has been started by I think Andre Karpathy. I think he's the one who came up with this term, which basically you just low code, you just tell the AI assistant what you want to get done, and then it will do all the basic grunt work. And so this Cursor tool, which is by another company, that is by Windsurf is one company, and then the Cursor is another company. So I think if you look at this area, like if the like ChatGPT, you ask this question. How could I make it easier to switch certificates in the transport listeners? I think this is pretty involved. You have this code base, and then it says that, hey, I can help you enhance the certificate flexibility by leveraging the existing TLS accept trait. here's how you can modify the code, and then it gives the code snippet, and then you click accept or reject, and then if you click accept, it will modify the code here. So that's pretty neat. And so stuff like that, it helps you do a little bit more advanced than autocomplete of Visual Studio in the earlier version. So that is just autocomplete. This one is like, I think it can call it a super complete. And this is their website, like built like frontier intelligence, and I think using the frontier models. That's what frontier intelligence is about. And then feels familiar, and then there are a lot of other features available, so you can also try it out. So these tools like the Codium and Cursor, they are basically a low code or no code development. I don't know whether no code. Also, there is, you can do some rapid prototyping like websites and other stuff, but I don't know if serious backend stuff you can do no code kind of development. But it is definitely low code, or I think AI assisted code is a better word, I think. This is the new trend which is happening, the low code and no code development, and there are a lot of tools and frameworks for this purpose. So these are some of the tools for low code or no code kind of thing. One is the AppSmith, and then it does that JavaScript and React out systems, which helps the enterprise applications. And you can try out, at least do some work on it if you want to know more about them than the Appian low code platform. And one thing I want to look at is the Microsoft Power Apps, which is, I think, which could be a replacement for VBA in the previous versions, I think. So, and this one will do like the GitHub autocomplete, GitHub Copilot kind of thing. And then the Mendix platform is there, and then the Salesforce Agentforce is there, and then the QuickBase, and then even Oracle has its own low-code development environment called Apex, and then Zoho Creator, and Bubble, I think, helps the design with the uh, web applications without writing code, focusing on visual programming. So I think you can see a lot of headlines. This is from Guardian, which says that now you don't even need to code to be a programmer, but you still do the expertise. And look at this thing, this paragraph. AI is so good at writing software that one father asked it to organize his kids' school lunches. So it's basically, it gave him the app or something like that. That's what it did. I don't know how useful it is, but there are a drumbeat of headlines like this, and that's what could be causing a lot of software jobs at risk, even though like companies need software engineers. But with headlines like this, the CEOs, and they will, the chief technology officers would have tough time going and asking for funding, because he says that, hey, everybody is replacing software engineers with AI kind of thing, which basically boils down to the existing engineers doing more work, and job market is very tough, so they will oblige. And then, like, I have read a lot of news reports that Meta employees work for 12 hours kind of thing. So that's what is happening, I think. And the impact of AI and coding workforce, I think we have seen this, like 1 in 4 jobs require AI skills. I think this could be even AI assisted coding as well. You need to do. And then the Anthropic Claude 3.7 has the hybrid reasoning model. Hybrid reasoning means like it has the existing model as well as the reasoning model. The chat GPT has them separate. You either use GPT 4.0 or O1 reasoning model, which uses the chain of thought process to do the reasoning. And but the Claude thing is a hybrid reasoning model, so basically it automatically uses the one uh, based on the customer's question. So Anthropic CEO says that in 3 to 6 months, AI will be writing 90% of the codes software developers were in charge of. I don't know whether it will actually write the Anthropic's code itself, right? I don't know whether it is possible or not. But with headlines like this, I think the the chief technology officers and the people underneath them, they will work around to make sure that this is the case. Whatever the CEO said will be true. So I don't know how if this will shake out. So now let us look at the latest in software. I think one of the things, I think the LRU cache decorator in Python, which basically caches the calls to function calls, and if the exact thing is called, it does the performance improvement. So take a look at it. And also like how the programming languages are evolving. I think Python, this is based on something called, we can take a look at it, the TOB index, which we can see what its parameters are. And the C++ has risen to second place with 11%, Python is 23%, and then Java holds 10.36%. And also it says that Fortran and Object Pascal have entered the top 10. So basically to maintain the legacy systems. So the TOB index is based on the search engine activity, like what people are searching in what languages, Google, Bing, and Wikipedia. So that's what it is based on. There are other methods as well, which tells that JavaScript is number two, Python and JavaScript thing. So it all, you have to take it with a grain of salt, whatever they are saying. But this one is also very, people trust this index too. So in 2025, C++, that's what we saw in the previous slide, C++ has overtaken Java. And the one problem with Java is Oracle's has tightened the screws on uh, the software licensing thing. When it was with Sun Microsystems, it was all free. Anybody could have used it. But now the licensing has become a little bit more restrictive, which basically must have pushed people to other languages like Go and Rust and C++. Python still maintains its dominance, and so it is still the language to go to. And I love C++ and Python myself. So for web development, there is something called WebAssembly, which provides the native performance, which basically means that it is at the CPU level, whereas in the JavaScript it is a interpretive language. So C++ is native, so always, that's why it says near native performance. So that's one another thing which we need to focus on. And choosing the right framework uh, to develop is like AI powered applications. So that's the new buzzword, anything with AI. So there are some frameworks, I'll just go through some of them. So there's Python based frameworks like Fast API, so which uses AI, which is for AI driven applications, and it has support for WebSockets and GraphQL. And Django is like um, for full stack applications. And I think it is also scales well for large applications. And then Flask is there for microservices, and then it has also AI features like ML model, and then fast API creation. So there are some JavaScript very famous ones, the next.js, and then express.js. And I think many people know about these frameworks already. And Nest.js for scalable enterprise apps. So TypeScript, first framework with the built-in dependency injection and modular architecture. So if it uses TypeScript, so a little bit more better typing, which uh, of the variables and other stuff, so which helps catches bugs at an earlier stage, unlike JavaScript. And So the AI and serverless ready frameworks like Superbase, which is best for AI and real-time apps, and it is Firebase alternative, great for AI-driven web apps, and also Bun for edge developments, ultra-fast JS runtime with lightweight backend frameworks like Hono. So the latest in let us move to data structures and algorithms. For data structures, there is automated optimization of data structures. Recent research has focused on automating the selection and optimization of data structures to enhance the memory efficiency and performance. So profile guided approach is what they are looking at, that automatically replaces data structures in Java applications with more memory efficient alternatives, and ready, achieving up to 14% reduction in memory usage. So that's good. And comparative analysis of the tree data structures, another news item. Like an experimental study conducted in January of this year evaluated various tree data structures for managing connectivity queries in fully dynamic undirected graphs. Like what it shows is like the multiple data structures have been proposed with specific limitations and practical applications, and these are basically like they evaluated for best data structures for dynamic graph scenarios. And additional data structure news is like for artificial intelligence and machine learning, specialized data structures like decision trees and graphs are being optimized to enhance efficiency and scalability of AI and machine learning algorithms. And blockchain technology, I think, is back in focus again with the latest Bitcoin rally. And so data structures like Merkle trees and hash tables are fundamental in ensuring integrity, transparency, and efficiency of blockchain systems. So in the case of latest in algorithms, previously we discussed about data structures. Like there is even in the case of blockchain and the other stuff, they want to these days quantum computing has moved into near production phase kind of thing. I don't know how close it is. Somebody says 5 years, somebody says definitely more than 5 years, but you need to be prepared for the cryptography is the biggest change in quantum computing, because it can blow through the 256 bit encryption pretty easily, and that will cause a lot of issues, especially with blockchain. Everybody, all the money can be hacked right away, but they are already working on post quantum cryptography. In case that becomes a reality, I think they are preparing the algorithms for that, so that the quantum computing cannot crack the public and private keys. So the evolution of machine learning algorithms, I think these are, I think the improvements, iterative improvements are happening in linear regression, logistic regression, naive Bayes, I think, and decision trees and random forests. I think these are used in machine learning. And so now coming back to the coding jobs, so decline in traditional software engineering roles, which I don't believe, but it has modified. The role has modified, and so the job openings for software engineers have decreased significantly, reaching their lowest levels in 5 years. And it will change, I think. AI's capability to handle coding tasks is a contributing factor to this decline. And rising demand for AI skills, like approximately 25% of the US tech jobs now require AI related skills, reflecting the industry's shift towards integrating AI capabilities. So, so this Wall Street Journal article talks about like how AI tools are reshaping the coding workforce. Like this article talks about how Sundar Pichai, the Google CEO, said that 25% of all their code is written by AI. I don't know how far that is true. How can you come up with 25%? If it is such a round number, it is just somebody throwing it out at the down level and then propagating up to the CEO level, I would imagine. And so now one of the things you can look, I think this is one advantage with the AI assisted tools. Like we can get through more coding quicker and do more tests and learn quicker. So it can help in unit testing kind of thing of the code. And like how much time do you spend debugging because you put the bracket in the wrong place? I think this makes sense. Like sometimes the toughest bugs are because of some typo. So this AI assisted tools might help with that. So this is again like Google has 25%. This one says now the efficiency is 20%. JP Morgan's engineers efficiency jumps as by as much as I don't know how you calculate exactly the software efficiency, but I think there's some vague numbers being thrown out into the news media. And this is another one from Wall Street Journal, like how the AI talent race is shaping the tech job market. With this one is which says that like, hey, share of newly listed technology jobs that are AI related. So it says that like 25%, what we discussed in the previous screens. So there is under 2025 LinkedIn jobs report, which tells like the tech opportunities are on the rise again. And so this contradicts with what we saw in the um, 2 or 3 slides before, where it says that hey, the traditional software engineering roles are getting diminished because the AI is replacing it. But this LinkedIn, which is based on the number of jobs being posted on LinkedIn, which another thing is also like the companies post their jobs to make sure that they are growing to Wall Street or to the investors or something. Maybe they may not be able to close those positions, but LinkedIn is looking at the number of jobs on its website, and it says that hey, tech job opportunities are rising again. And so it's saying like what are the most in demand jobs. I think there's nothing special here. I think the data engineers, software engineers, and then cloud network engineers and system engineers, nothing new here. And the growing impact, this is again the LinkedIn's report highlights artificial intelligence is both a disruptor and enabler in the job market. While automation is reducing the need for certain repetitive tasks, it's also creating opportunities for AI specialists, prompt engineers, and AI ethicists. And so like AI is actually helping create more jobs. And I think that's what is going to happen. I think like as and when you may not be able to completely automate all the stuff. So meanwhile, like the Cursor and Windium Code Surf, and we can see how many Gen AI startups are there. So all those startups need some software engineers. So overall, the opportunities will rise again. And also the shift towards remote and hybrid work models, which became everybody became comfortable during the pandemic. And so small and startup companies are fully embracing the remote work to access the talent cheaply. They can outsource to um, like the non-developed countries, and mainly because of the talent is there and also it is cheaper, so they can save their uh, cash and sustain for longer time. And so the regional tech hubs are expanding because of the same thing, the previous whatever the previous screen has said. And also like that can happen only for small remote, and hybrid can happen only for small startups and small companies which cannot afford, which wants to conserve on the cash. But on the big companies like FANG companies, they are forcing everybody to come into the office. So that is the another stuff. And also like North Koreans uh, or getting the remote jobs, and then they are able to access the company confidential information. So stuff like that will basically scare the big companies, and they may not go for remote and hybrid mode, whereas like small companies, they don't care about hacking or North Korean stuff, because that's not their highest priority, so they might go for remote stuff. So it's and entry level opportunities are declining. So this is another problem. Like if you don't have experience, uh, they won't hire you, and unless they hire somebody hires you, don't get the experience. So I don't know what's the solution. Is to one of the thing is to fake your resume, because if that's what the game is set up to be, and that's what you got to do, I think. And the like lot of jobs are being outsourced. Like the Lloyd's banking group is shifting 4,000 jobs to India, and then this Australian companies are shifting 20,000 jobs to India again, and this RTX, which is US defense company, is shifting like 1,000 positions, and they want to have 7,000 employees in India by 2027. I think this is another problem with software engineering jobs, because it is easily outsourceable, and that's what makes it difficult in the for the coding jobs in the developed countries. So, like this is one survey which says that, hey, 88% of the people said I'm more productive using GitHub Copilot. Even though I think there is a lot of news saying that the GitHub Copilot is not worth like $30 per month per license and stuff like that. But this thing says the opposite, actually. This survey, like less frustrated when coding, more fulfilled with my job, focus more on more satisfying job, and faster completion. So this will reduce, like instead of earlier without GitHub Copilot or this AI assistants, you needed like 6 engineers, and now you can survive with 4 engineers, and so, something like that. So that will also reduce the number of jobs, software jobs. So it is in a flux kind of thing. Some LinkedIn says that the number of jobs are rising, and you see a lot of stuff which says that the jobs uh, are going down, kind of thing. So the Gen A startups, notable Gen A startups are like Jasper, based out of Austin, Texas, which basically creates the content creation tools, marketing copy, and marketing materials. Basically, Cohere is basically natural language processing models and tools, and allowing businesses to integrate language understanding capabilities into their applications. And then Descript is AI powered audio and video editing tools, content for content creators. So additional, or like the Codium, which is the windsurf Codium tool, we are talking AI assistant code generation. I think we have to learn these tools, I think, in order to survive in this job market. And then writer, it actually uses the generative AI to assist uh, businesses in creating consistent and on brand content. And so this is again like Jasper providing support for marketing materials. And Soundful leverages AI to generate royalty free music tracks, empowering creators and brands to access customized music solutions effortlessly. So notable Europe Gen startups are Synthesia, which is based in London, which does AI-driven video production, enabling users to create videos with realistic avatars from text inputs, streamlining content creation process. Maybe I think you can have a story, or uh, and then this one will create a video for that, and then maybe you can create movies or shorts or whatever. So this is one good company to look at. Mistral AI in Paris, developing open source large language models, and then offering using that to provide customizable AI solutions. So DeepL is a German company using machine learning and machine learning based translation services. So language translation and stability AI based out of London, which provides basically like democratization of AI tools kind of thing. And then GraphCore is another British company, but this one is a hardware company. I think it is doing AI accelerators at the hardware level. So notable Indian startups are, I think it is Crutrim, I think if I'm not mistaken, India's first AI unicorn, advanced AI models catering to various industries including healthcare and finance. And then dubdub.ai, which I think provides dubbing services to faster for faster content production, reduce the production time. And CodeMate is a AI programming assistant. Like I think we saw a lot. This is a budding industry. I think AI assisted coding, and then devise that modular code for web and streamlining web and mobile applications, and then NeuroPixel AI for fashion industry, automating apparel cataloging. Notable Chinese Gen AI startups, DeepSeek, everybody knows, and then there is something called Zipu AI. In 2019, it was established. Um, like this is also in the chatbots industry. Moonshot AI is also a chatbot, and it is a strong competitor to Baidu's Nibot. And I think there's something called Six Tigers of AI. China is called as Minimax. Uh, develop products like Taki, an AI-powered virtual character platform, and it's all once again large language model being applied in specific areas. And Baichuan intelligence, and also in AI research and development. And then there is Manus, which has become famous as well, which is like AI agent, which does a lot of work, and it is only trial basis. I tried it actually, and it is hit or miss, and they don't allow, I think, 1 or 2 queries per day is what I have the restriction. And step one, which basically I don't know exactly what it does. It is also in the AI industry. And then O1.ai, it's on one of the other six tigers. I think these companies, the Chinese companies, they're actually advancing the AI itself, and I think the Indian companies, if you see, they are using the AI in the applications. So, and notable Latin America Gen AI startups like No Code AI. I can see one more company which does this low code or no code thing. And then Factored in AI in Colombia, funded by Andrew uh, Ning, and he's a Stanford professor who is good in AI, and he teaches AI at Stanford University. Factored specializations in AI-driven automation and analysis. And COVI in Chile, it focuses on financial AI for financial industry. And the Neural Mind in Brazil, it helps for AI for legal industry, the lawyer industry. And then Mexico has a company which does Spanish LLMs, and then Botmaker in Argentina, which does for customer service, banking, and e-commerce. This is one good use of AI using as a customer service agent, because the existing ones, they are like the Office Clippy, the previous version, which is useless. The current all the websites, the virtual assistants are all useless. They don't do, it's like frequently asked questions is what they can help with any specific things. But if it is like chat GPT kind of thing, AI powered, I think it will be a little bit more useful, especially if the language model is enhanced with the company specific information. And then there is Turing AI in Mexico for healthcare, and then Ubits AI in Colombia, which does corporate training and e-learning. I think that's also a good one, good industry to use AI for. And then there is Runway ML in Argentina, AI generated video editing tools. So as of 2023, don't have the 2024 information. These are the like the generative AI startups count by country, and US has 5,500, China has around 1,500, then there comes UK with 700, and then Israel with 400, and the list are like Canada, France, India, and Japan are in 300s. So that's it for now. I'll do some more videos like this as well, along with the lead code videos, and hopefully this was helpful. Thanks a lot, and see you in the next video.